Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Wednesday the 4th of February. Unemployment's risen even further. Latest data from Stats NZ shows the unemployment rate was 5.4% in the December quarter, up from 5.3% in the September quarter. Business reporter Michael Sergel has more.
Unemployment shot up at the start of the pandemic, but plummeted to historic lows during 2021. It's been steadily rising since then, particularly in our major cities. Economists had been predicting today's number would come in at between 5.2 and 5.3%.
Meanwhile, the Warehouse Group is cutting hundreds of roles in its head office team as part of a drive to push down the cost of doing business. Several administrative functions are also set to be outsourced overseas. Joey Dwyer reports.
270 jobs are set to go, with the company expanding its partnership with software company Tata Consultancy Services. That's to help with administrative functions including call centres and payroll. The Warehouse Group CEO Mark Sturton says the company will support everyone who is losing their job. The changes will result in redundancy costs of about $6 million this financial year.
Gunshots have been heard in Hamilton's Whiti Ora this morning, with police swarming the area. Ulster Street and Abbotsford Street are cordoned off, with traffic and pedestrians diverted away from the area. The manager of a motel behind the cordon told our newsroom he heard 2 gunshots before 10 a.m. He says over 20 police vehicles are present at the cordon. And Christchurch City Council's closed Sumner's main road after reports of rocks falling from the hillside. Fire and emergency are on site, with council staff assessing the damage. Civil servants and local politicians have been formally welcomed onto the Waitangi Treaty Grounds. It comes ahead of a pōwhiri for Kingitanga representatives this afternoon and another pōwhiri for MPs tomorrow. Political reporter Ethan Griffiths is there.
The sound of whakaria mai has drowned out cicadas as diplomats, mayors and the judiciary have been formally welcomed to the treaty grounds. Chief Justice Dame Helen Wynne-Kelman has led the delegation of about 150, draped in a korowai. Despite earlier sporadic rain, the sun's now beating down on the upper marae, with onlookers gravitating to the scarce spots of shade.
The Deputy Prime Minister's revealed Cabinet's discussed a critical minerals framework between New Zealand and the US. On Monday, the Prime Minister called media reporting on a potential US-New Zealand agreement speculative and frothy. A day later, New Zealand's top diplomat announced the two countries had committed to explore cooperation on critical minerals. David Seymour says a summary of the framework's been before Cabinet.
It is simply a set of guidelines that if we're going to do business with American firms mining to get these very valuable minerals that create very high-paid jobs, then this is how we would do it.
To sport, former Olympic downhill ski champion Lindsay Vonn intends to compete at the Winter Games despite suffering a ruptured anterior cruciate ligament in her left knee on Saturday. Arsenal will advance to the League Cup football final after beating Chelsea 1-0 in the second leg and 4-2 on aggregate. And two-time Olympic triathlon medalist Hayden Wilds set to test his capability on the pedals at the elite National Road Cycling Champs in Te Awamutu tomorrow and Saturday alongside a host of World Tour riders. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.